Welcome to Kit's Rock Review. This is day number 24 of our month-long tribute to the band Genesis that we're calling Turn It On Again. And I'd just like to start by telling you, you know what? I can't dance, and neither can the members of Genesis. That's why they named their 14th album We Can't Dance, or one of the reasons they named their 14th album We Can't Dance. And, I hadn't talked about this album yet, so I figured I would talk about it today. And a lot of people don't realize it, but when this album came out, it was a pretty big deal. MTV actually preempted some of their programming and had a special where they interviewed Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford, and Phil Collins about the album. I remember VH1 having a almost all Genesis weekend where they played Genesis, Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, Mike and the Mechanics videos. I don't know if they played any Tony Banks videos, though. And if you don't remember, back in the day, MTV used to stand for Music Television, and VH1 used to stand for Video Hits 1. So they actually did play music and videos on those stations. It was also another important thing about it is there were 6 of the 12 songs on the album actually made the top 40 in either the US or the UK. And my local rock radio station, when the album was released, the first single they released, No Son of Mine, my local rock radio station actually played that song at the top of every hour for that first day. And the other hit singles off of We Can't Dance were I Can't Dance, Hold On My Heart, Jesus He Knows Me, Never a Time, and Tell Me Why. However, today I'm not going to talk about any of those hit singles that came off We Can't Dance. As I said, there were 12 songs on We Can't Dance, so half of them were released as singles. They actually recorded 15 songs, I believe, for the album. The ones that they didn't put on the album ended up on B-sides for the singles. But I'm going to talk about a song called Dreamin' While You Sleep. Now, like Invisible Touch and the Genesis album, when they recorded We Can't Dance, they used the same method for writing the songs. The band would get in and jam. They didn't bring any preconceived ideas. The band would get in and jam until they had these songs. When they were working on the titles before they had lyrics, they gave them, working titles. And the working titles of Dreamin' While You Sleep was called Rollin' Toms, basically because of the percussion sound. And that's what attracts me to that song is the percussion sound for Dreamin' While You Sleep. They go do 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 do. I really like the tone of the percussion. It's different than your standard drums, and it sets up the dark mood of the song. And the song is a very dark song. A lot of the songs, it's not a happy Genesis love song. It has a very dark mood. The lyrics, by the way, were written by Mike Rutherford. Originally, what they do is at that time, they would come up with all these instrumentals, and each of them would take a third of the songs to write lyrics for. And originally, Tony Banks was supposed to write the lyrics for Rollin' Toms, and then Mike Rutherford had this idea, and he asked if he could write the lyrics, and they all said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So the lyrics for the song tell the story of a hit-and-run driver. He's driving home one night, getting tired, eyes closed, hits some woman who was walking, but instead of staying to help her, he drives off, hit-and-run accident. Later, he finds out which hospital she's staying at, so he goes to visit when no one's there to apologize for what he's done, and he keeps asking her, are you dreaming while you sleep? So that's basically the song. And the keyboards from Tony Banks and the guitar from Mike Rutherford, as well as that tone, that drum tone, sort of reflect that darkness of the song. Like I said, I like the song. It's probably not a very happy song that you want to listen to if you're in it's definitely not a happy song. You probably don't want to listen to it if you're in a bad mood, but it's still a great song. One of the later Genesis classics. In fact, the guitar sound for the album We Can't Dance, they brought in a new producer, Nick Davis, and they brought him in specifically to bring out more of Mike Rutherford. They didn't feel Mike Rutherford's guitar sound was getting enough emphasis with some of their earlier producers, so they brought him in, Nick Davis, to emphasize that guitar sound. Prior to We Cant Dance, Nick Davis had worked on Mike and the Mechanics' album, Word of Mouth. But instead of me talking about this song, Dreaming While You Sleep, why don't you listen to it? I'll put a video in the comments. Let me know what you think. And of course, until next time, as always, keep on rocking in the free world. I'll talk to you later.